field, number 9, Christian Amy. Batting third, playing third base, number 24, Carlos Sanchez. Batting fourth, designated hitter, number 33, Caleb Albritton. Batting fifth, playing left field, number 28, David Quevedo. Batting sixth, playing first base, number 14, Lane Fry. Batting seventh, playing second base, number 21, Michael Camacho. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, number 11, Mark Rogers. Batting ninth, catching, number 19, Jordan Almodovar. And your pitcher, number 32, Jacob Burr. Please stand for the national anthem and move your cap.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Baptist College, the home of the Eagles, and we are getting ready for the first of two between these two NCCAA rivalry opponents, the Eagles of Trinity Baptist College and the Screaming Eagles from Toccoa Falls College, coming down from Toccoa up in North Georgia. Hello, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau, and Dean Bureau, as always, works the camera here for Trinity Baptist College. And on the mound, you're looking at freshman Jacob Burr, getting ready to make his 12th appearance, 10th start. The freshman from Orlando has a record of 7-3 with a .442 earned run average. A couple of rough outings at the very beginning of the season, but he has been absolutely brilliant ever since. 5 of his 7 wins are of the complete game variety. Last time out, last weekend on this very field, Jacob went 6 innings against NAIA Voorhees College, allowed just 2 runs in picking up the win. Overall, Jacob has pitched 53 innings, allowing 34 runs, 26 of them earned, 53 hits, he has walked 10, and he has struck out 59. This is a batting order that Jacob Burr will face. Third baseman Clifton Dempsey leads off for Toccoa. Batting second, center fielder Brandon Tamayo. The powerful hitter, left fielder Joey Allen, will bat third. Jack Krause, the cleanup man, will play second base. Batting fifth at shortstop is Landon McLean. Batting sixth, first baseman Jordan Mills. Batting seventh, doing the catching in game number 1, Jose Mendoza. Batting eighth at designated hitter DeWitt Wood. And batting ninth, playing right field, Zach Driggers. That is a starting lineup for Coach Jeff Mulliken in his 3rd season with Toccoa Falls, the former TBC Eagles assistant coach behind Mr. John Copeland, who is in his 5th year as a head coach of the TBC Eagles. Burr winds, and this doubleheader is underway with a first pitch fastball that misses outside. Jacob's father came over just a moment ago to say hello and to say thank you for letting him watch all the ball games, the home games here at TBC. There's a first pitch, a strike on the outside corner, first strike rather, and it's 1-1. A warm but nice day out here on the west side of Jacksonville, about 84 degrees at game time. We're going to add on a couple more throughout the afternoon. There's a high fly ball into center field. Brian Lopez, who usually plays shallow, is right there, hardly had to move, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So a quick first out for Burr, and it brings up center fielder Brandon Tamayo. That was Clifton Dempsey hitting .397 with 26 RBIs. Flying out to the center fielder Brian Lopez. Brandon Tamayo at the plate, .292, 3 homers, 27 runs driven in. Burr is ready with the first pitch to Tamayo, and it is a fastball taken inside for ball 1. Toccoa Falls 15-16 on the season. That includes yesterday's 8-7 win. The Eagles scored 4 times in the bottom of the 9th. Could not get that tying run home from second base. There's a chopper right back to the box. Easy play for Burr, and that is out number 2. Trinity Baptist came up trailing 8-3 and put 4 runs on the board. Unfortunately, though, that tying run left at second base. And Toccoa Falls took the opener of this 3-game series. Toccoa has won 5 out of 6, including yesterday's ball game. Trinity Baptist at 16-27 overall on the season, now 3-4 in NCCAA. Here's the first pitch, a little bit low to Joey Allen, and we said this is a powerful young man. He has 9 homers and 40 runs driven in, and he's batting a very robust .421. 1 ball, no strikes. Burr winds and delivers, and a fastball misses up high for ball 2. Toccoa with the win yesterday, now 4-1 against NCCAA teams. South Region Tournament will begin early May. Here's a 2-0, and this one misses a little low and inside for ball 3. Well, Burr got the first 2 outs pretty quickly and is now fallen behind to the number 3 hitter and a leading power man for Toccoa Falls. Here's a 3-0, right down the middle for strike 1. And this very warm Saturday afternoon, both teams decided to go with the dark jerseys, and let's hope that doesn't wear anyone down a little too much. The 3-1 from Burr. Grounded hard towards third. Nice play by Sanchez. A long throw is in time, and that retires a side. That was Carlos Sanchez playing third base for Coach Copeland here in game number 1. A terrific backhanded play and a good strong throw across the diamond. 3 up, 3 down for Jacob Burr in the top of the first. The Eagles coming to bat with no score. No score as the Eagles come to bat for the first time this afternoon. This is a batting order that Coach Copeland has put on the field. The leadoff hitter is senior Brian Lopez in center field. Kristen Amlong will bat second. He's in right. Carlos Sanchez, who just made a great play at third base, will bat third. The DH is Caleb Albritton. He's the cleanup man. David D.Q. Quevedo bats fifth. He's in left. Austin Lane Fry at first base will bat sixth. Michael Camacho playing second base. He's batting seventh. Mark Rogers at short. He will bat eighth. And the catcher is Jordan Almodovar batting ninth. And they will face a senior from Cummings, Georgia, Austin Shea, making his 11th appearance, 9th start. He has a 5-2 record and a very nice .216 earned run average. 58 1/3 innings pitched, 15 runs, 14 of those earned. Shea has allowed only 34 hits. He has walked 15 and struck out 61 in 58 1/3 innings pitched, so averaging more than a K per strikeout per inning. And he will face senior Brian Lopez, who is getting ready to wrap up his 4th and final season as a TBC Eagles baseball player. The only one to do so this year. TBC graduated 7 off the baseball roster last year, and 3 of them are now on the coaching staff. There's a first pitch fastball from Shea, and that is ball 1. Speaking of which, Toccoa Falls, TJ Lanning, a former TBC Eagle as well, he's assisting Coach Mulliken. That one hit hard, but right at the third baseman, and that will be an easy play for Dempsey for out number 1. Lopez tattooed that ball, but unfortunately right smack at the third baseman. And again, an easy play. Eagles hit the ball very well in yesterday's ball game, only to keep having it caught until that bottom of the ninth when they found some holes and put 4 runs on the board. Here's Christian Amlong, a swing and a miss. Lopez came in batting .284. Christian Amlong at .290. No balls and a strike, and this one fouled off the batter's ankle, and the count is 0-2. Amlong has driven in 13 runs. Has a count of no balls and 2 strikes, and Shea delivers a fastball that misses just off the plate, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shea already showing he's ready to go to work. Gets the ball, gets ready, makes the pitch. Here's the 1-2 curveball on the inside corner. An excellent pitch by Austin Shea, and that is out number 2.
Number 24,
brings up Carlos Sanchez, the Eagles' third baseman. Shea broke that one off. Amlong might have thought it was still a little inside, but Shea got the call and a good pitch, and that fastball right at the knees for strike 1. No balls and a strike, and the senior winds and delivers a well-hit drive towards center. That is going to be down on the ground, a diving attempt, and Sanchez around second on his way to third, and the throw is in time. Very close play at third. Sanchez and Coach Copeland both disagree, but that is out number 3. Brandon Tamayo on the dive, the ball hit off his glove, and now the TBC fans are letting the umpire have it, and Coach Copeland is out there to discuss that call. It sure looked like Sanchez beat the throw, but he is called out, and that ends the inning. Tough break for the Eagles. They do get a double, but a runner thrown out at third, and after 1, we have no score. Well, a little excitement at the end of the first inning. Sanchez from up here looked like he got in well ahead of the tag, but he was called out. Credit him with a double. And Toccoa will send the heart of the batting order to the plate to start off the second inning. Jack Krause, Landon McLean, and Jordan Mills. Krause at .308, no homers, 19 runs batted in. On base at a .364 clip.
Number 6, Jack Krause.
Burr got Toccoa in order in the first, now getting ready to start inning number 2. First pitch swinging, and this one chopped toward the TBC dugout. Had a similar call like that in yesterday's ball game in the 9th inning. Jorman Almodovar appeared to beat out a bunt at first base, but he was called out. That very likely cost Trinity the tying run. Another controversial call late in yesterday's ball game. Here's a ball fouled off, making the count no balls and 2 strikes. Almodovar got down the bunt, put runners at second and third, and then Brian Lopez doubled them both home. Couple more hits and base runners. Almodovar, of course, you don't know exactly how the inning would have unfolded, but ended up not on base and unable to score on the consecutive hits. There's a ball off the body of Sanchez into left field, and Krause is aboard, and that'll be an error on the Eagles' third baseman. So the leadoff man aboard, Jack Krause, reaches on the error. And it brings up shortstop Landon McLean, who is batting .292, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Kraus has scored 25 times throughout the season. He has a good lead off first. Burr, the first time he's been in the stretch. And the pitch on the way, a curveball lined into center field. That's a base hit. Lopez will come up firing towards third. And one pitch after the error, Toccoa has 2 men aboard. Toccoa Falls, a very good offensive ball club, cannot give them extra outs. They will take advantage of opportunities. Here's the first baseman, Jordan Mills, at 234. 2 long balls and 14 RBIs. On base at 356, he'll take his walks. 2 men on, nobody out. First hit allowed by Jacob Burr. Here's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Burr, a freshman from Orlando, a hard-throwing right-hander. He's had a terrific season. Again, took him a few outings to really gather himself and learn how to pitch at the college level, but he has been brilliant since then. A curveball that misses outside, and the count is even at 1-1. Kraus at second, he reached on the error. Landon McLean at first, he singled his way aboard. Nobody out. Jordan Mills, the first baseman, at the plate. And the pitch from Burr is fouled straight back into the screen. Not a whole lot of wind to speak of. What is blowing is 8 miles per hour out of the south-southeast. That means it's blowing straight in from center field right into your screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Burr takes a long look in at the sign. Now he comes set. And here's the 1-2 offering. A breaking ball just off the plate. And the count is even at 2-2. That one had a lot of bite to it, maybe a little bit too much. Almodovar had to reach. It was outside. So Burr will get ready for the 2-2. Fastball popped up over near the dugout. This one will slice out of play and off the top of the dugout. And Mills will get another opportunity. Fry gave it a great look, got over there. There's also a fence in front of the dugout. Players are allowed to get up, and players on both teams like to lean over and cheer on their teammates on the field. Player can reach over that fence, but he cannot step around it and get inside to make the catch. He is allowed to reach over if given the opportunity. Here's the 2-2. Fastball misses up high. Mills started to flinch but held up in time. Looked like Burr was trying to get the hitter to climb the ladder. Mills, though, didn't bite. 2 on, nobody out. Infield playing back at double play depth. Rogers steps in behind the runner, and Mills asks for time, and he's granted. And now everybody back into position. Mills back into the batter's box. Payoff pitch. Nobody out. And the 3-2, a chopper towards third. Sanchez will tag the runner, and that will be the only play he will get. By doing that, it took away the chance for him to get off another throw. So that'll be a fielder's choice credited to Mills, and a 5 unassisted on the putout.
Number 5, Jose Mendoza.
1 out for the catcher, Jose Mendoza. He is at 240, 1 homer, 11 runs driven in. On base percentage of .310. 2 on, 1 out. And Burr again checks the runner at second and delivers a fastball that misses well outside for ball 1. That ball had a lot of life on it, but misdirected. And Mendoza's ahead 1-0. Burr checks the runner at second, and the pitch, a curveball. No, he did not get the call, and he gives a long look in at the umpire. 2 balls, no strikes. Another long look in by Burr. And the 2-0 on the way, a curveball lifted high into shallow left field. David Cavedo right there, he makes the catch. Everybody holds up, and there are 2 away. So now Burr a chance to get out of the inning without that leadoff error hurting him or Trinity Baptist, but he'll have to get DeWitt Wood, the DH. Wood hitting .400, 8 out of 20 on the season and 3 runs driven in. Opportunity to put his team on the board first. There are 2 outs, and here's Burr with the first pitch curveball. Again, he does not get the call, and he gives the umpire another hard stare. So far, the close calls have not gone the Eagles' way. 1 ball, no strikes. Look back at the runner and the pitch. Fastball, a chopper towards Rogers. He fields, throws to second in time. And that retires a side on the 6-4 putout at second base. The leadoff error does not hurt Trinity Baptist. Burr gets out of it. And we go to the bottom of the second with no score. Four, 5, and 6 due up for Trinity Baptist in the bottom of the second. Caleb Albritton, David Cavedo, and Austin Fry. Caleb Albritton missed yesterday's ball game, back in the lineup at .269, a home run, and 18 runs driven in. Austin Shea gets ready for his first pitch of the second inning. A fastball driven down the left field line. That ball is a fair ball. Albritton will round first, and he'll put on the brakes right there. And on one pitch, Trinity Baptist has a leadoff man aboard. Not hit all that hard, but very well placed. And Albritton has himself a base hit. Here comes David Cavedo. .289, 1 homer, 8 runs driven in. A runner at first, nobody out. Good start to the inning for the TBC Eagles. Cavedo with a big gap in right center. Tamayo shading him just a bit to pull. And Shea from the stretch, long drive, well hit towards center. Tamayo on his horse, and he does not make the catch. Albritton had to hold up because Tamayo was right there. The ball hit his glove and came out. So Albritton has to stop at second. And that will go down as an error on the center fielder.
Number 14, Lane Fry.
Austin Lane Fry, who's been red hot at the plate, steps in. This young man is hitting .385, got into the starting lineup a couple of weeks ago. He's driven in 4 in fairly limited activity. Squares around a bunt, drops it down. Mills will look at third, but then turn and almost threw that ball away. Well, Fry gets the sacrifice. Kraus covering. And again, Mills turned and threw the ball in the dirt.
Come on, guys, come on.
Now Trinity Baptist has a chance to get on the board first. 3-4 on the putout. Both runners advance. That's Albritton going to third. DQ at second. Michael Camacho at the plate. Shea will wind up with runners at second. And here's the first pitch, fastball that misses outside. Camacho at .231, 11 runs driven in, and a chance to make it 12 or possibly 13. Shea winds and delivers, and a breaking ball gets the outside corner. And the count is even at 1-1. We have some dark clouds overhead, and right now they are covering up the sun. It is still really warm, but that cloud cover makes it feel a lot more pleasant. Got a thumbs up from the lady down front. They brought their umbrellas ready to shield off the sun. Don't need them at the moment, but probably will soon. This one is fouled off, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sun's been playing peekaboo with the clouds since we got here at about 11 a.m. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Camacho again, a chance to put Trinity Baptist on the board first. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and that's strike 3, and he chased one up and away. Well, I had strike 3. He's still at the plate. Little talk at the plate. That is 3. He had a curveball called to strike, a foul ball, and then that swing and a miss. And Coach Mulliken coming out to talk to the umpire. He is correct. There was a curveball called to strike, then a foul ball, and then that swing and a miss, but home plate umpire over near the dugout wants to check and make sure with the official scorekeepers, and that is indeed strike 3. So 2 outs and the second strikeout for Austin Shea. So it's up to Mark Rogers to put Trinity on the board. 2 outs, runners at second and third. Albritton reached on a base hit. David Cavedo, an error on the center fielder. A sac bunt by Fry. First base is open, Rogers at the plate. Shea winds and delivers, and this one is low for ball 1. Rogers had himself a bunt RBI in yesterday's ball game. Part of the Eagles' comeback effort as they scored 7 times, 6 of those from the 7th inning on. There's a chopper towards short. That should be an easy throw across the diamond, and it is in time. Landon McLean makes the play. The Eagles get 2 men in scoring position with 1 out, but do not score. And after 2, we are scoreless. Top of the third, hitters 9, 1, and 2 due up for Toccoa Falls. Zach Driggers, Clifton Dempsey, and Brandon Tamayo. Well, we've played 2 innings, and we've already had a couple of controversial calls. The throw out at third base, Carlos Sanchez trying to extend a double into a triple, and then an incorrect count at the plate, but that one was resolved, and it went the correct way. So here is Zach Driggers, the right fielder for Toccoa Falls. He wears number 0. Don't see that a whole lot, but not completely unusual. In fact, today he has the double goose eggs on his back. Had just the 1 yesterday. He's hitting .379, 39 out of 103 with 16 runs batted in and a .463 on base clip, and he takes the first pitch for a strike. So Zach Driggers, they call him zeros from the dugout. Go ahead and call them goose eggs. Here's the 0-1, and a check swing, and he held up in time. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Driggers 1 for 2, walked twice in yesterday's ball game. Here's the 1-1 from Burr, and a curveball. Breaks a little too soon and misses low and inside. Driggers also scored one of the 8 runs for Toccoa Falls in yesterday's 9-inning single game. That was a Friday afternoon affair. Here's a 2-1 and a chopper down the first base line. It's going to roll foul. And Fry will pick it up and Count is now 2-2. That ball started foul, started to go back fair, and then turned back to the outside of the line. It can do anything it wants to do while it's in front of the bag on the ground. It matters fair or foul as the ball passes by or over the base. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Driggers, left-hand hitting right fielder at the plate. And Burr winds and delivers the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, and that is out number 1. That's the first for Jacob Burr. And it brings up Clifton Dempsey. Yesterday, Dempsey 3 for 5, 2 runs scored, and he also drew a walk. Base is empty, 1 out, and a lot of room up the middle on the ground for the leadoff hitter. Burr delivers, squares around the bunt, has a chance to beat it out. Burr is just going to put this one in his pocket. That ball hit the grass and died immediately, and that is a bunt single for Clifton Dempsey. Absolutely perfect bunt, not a thing that Burr or Sanchez could have done about it. That's a second hit for Toccoa. Dempsey is aboard. Dempsey is 6 out of 7 in stolen base opportunities, in case you're wondering. 1 out for Brandon Tamayo, and a big lead off first by Dempsey. And the pitch, and Tamayo showed bunt and took ball 1 down low. Almodovar likes to throw the ball. He has a very good arm. Not afraid to try to get the runner off first either. Another big lead by Dempsey. Burr from the stretch, and the pitch not going, and this one hits the batter, and Toccoa has 2 men aboard with 1 out. Well, Burr was able to get out of an even tougher situation 1 inning ago. He had 2 on with nobody out, did not let a run score. He'll have to work through this jam once again as the big man Joey Allen steps up to the plate. Allen had 3 hits in 6 at-bats yesterday and drove in 3 runs. Also went down on strikes a couple of times. Burr is a strikeout pitcher. Could use one right here. Here's the first pitch, and he gets strike 1. No balls and a strike. And Burr from the stretch, checks the runner at second, and here's a pitch. Strike 2, a fastball following the slow curve, so that had to look even faster to Joey Allen. Good start to the at-bat for Jacob Burr, 1 strike away. Rogers holding the runner close, opening up some room on the ground on the left side. Lopez playing Allen slightly away. Here's the 0-2 and a high pop-up. Foul territory. Almodovar gets rid of the mask and makes the catch for out number 2, and that ball tailed back toward the field of play, and Almodovar had to reach at the last moment, and fortunately he held on. So 2 outs. Both runners had to hold, and now Burr can get out of this jam by getting Jack Krause, a second baseman. Krause led off the second, reached on an error. Krause did not get any time on the field in yesterday's ball game, but he has an RBI opportunity right now. And the first pitch from Burr in the dirt, gets away from Almodovar. He will not make a throw. That's a wild pitch, allowing the runners to advance to second and third, number 1 of the afternoon for Burr. So 2 outs, first base is open. Dempsey at third, Tamayo at second. Dempsey bunted his way aboard, Tamayo hit by a pitch. Here's the 1-0. Curveball and blocked this time by Almodovar. Again, first base is open, so it's not the worst thing if ball 4 to Krause were to happen. Landon McLean up next. He is a guy that likes to drive in runs. Burr ready with the 2-0. Line drive in the right. That is down for a hit. One run is in. Here's another man around third. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Two-run single for the second baseman, Jack Krause, and Toccoa leads 2-0.
Number 4, Landon McLean.
Well, a bunt single with one out, then a hit batsman. They both score. Krause held up at first, even as the throw came to the plate, and Landon McLean follows that two-run single with 2 outs and a runner at first. McLean 2 for 5, 2 runs driven in yesterday's ball game. Slaps the first pitch foul for strike 1. Very offensive-minded ball club are the Toccoa Falls Screaming Eagles. They're on the board first. 2-0 in the top of the third. Here's a pitch from Burr. Curveball hit hard into left field. That's a hit. Krause will stop at second. Good solid single for McLean. And again, 2 on with 2 out.
Number 75, Jordan Mills.
Jordan Mills reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. Hitless in 4 trips in yesterday's ball game, but he did drive in a run. Toccoa led 5-0 at one point, 8-3 in the 9th, and the Eagles came back with 4. Could not get that 5th run home, however. There's a strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. Again, Burr takes a long look in. And here is the pitch. High fly ball, mid-center field. Lopez right there, and he makes the catch, and that ends the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits, a hit batsman and 2 men left. We go to the bottom of the third, 2-0 Toccoa. Bottom of the third, Trinity Baptist trails 2-0, but 9-1 and 2 are due up. Almodovar, Lopez, and Amlong. Hello to Jason Sizemore, the father of TBC pitcher Logan Sizemore. He was here in attendance yesterday. He's now in Athens, West Virginia, checking us out on the YouTube feed. L Boogie cheering on TBC as well. Every so often I'll check, so drop us a comment, especially if you'd like me to say hello. I always enjoy seeing who's tuning in. Welcome to our viewers and fans of Toccoa Falls College. Hope you'll enjoy the broadcast. Your team is up 2-0 at the moment. Jordan Almodovar will get ready to lead off. Austin Shea has pitched 2 scoreless innings so far, 2 hits, no walks, and a couple of strikeouts. Baltimore Orioles are at Fenway Park in about half an hour.
Number 19,
White Sox at the Yankees, also starting in about 30 minutes. Detroit is in Minnesota at 2:10, and the Cubs host the Mike Troutless Angels at 2:20. This pitch is outside for ball 1. Trout, last I heard, is going to sit out the entire weekend series at Wrigley Field. Here's the 1-0. And the pitch is driven well towards right, but it's going to hang up and be an easy play for Zach Driggers, who wasn't that far away from it. So another hard hit ball off the bat of a TBC Eagle. That one gets caught like we've seen all season long, and that's out number 1. Almodovar put a charge into it, but Driggers playing almost perfectly, just a few steps over to make the catch. Lopez hit one hard right at the third baseman his first time up. Squares around a bunt. Shea off the mound, throws to first, Not in time, it gets away. Lopez on his way to second, and he will stop right there. That will be a base hit for Lopez on the bunt, and he will take second on the overthrow. That is an error charge to the pitcher. And Trinity Baptist has a runner in scoring position with one out for the number 2 man, right fielder Christian Amlong. Kyle Hendricks against Stratton in that Cubs-Angels series, game today. Pineda and Ross, Tigers and Twins. Former Yankee Ivan Nova against CC Sabathia back on the field. Andrew Kashner and Rick Porcello at Fenway Park. Lopez, very good speed at second base, one out. Amlong digs in, and here's the pitch. It is a fastball low and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Lopez drove in 3 runs yesterday. Had a 2-run double in that comeback effort in the 9th. 1 ball, no strike, and the pitch, and a chopper over the head of Shea, and a chance for Amlong to beat this one out. The throw is not going to be made, and another infield single for Trinity. That's baseball. Their hard-hit balls keep getting caught. They just got a bunt single and a chopper over the head of the pitcher. Lopez advances to third, so runners at the corners and the heart of the batting order coming up. Carlos Sanchez doubled deep to left center, then was thrown out trying to extend it to a triple. That ended the first inning. Shea steps off. He has a 2-run lead. He doesn't have to worry too much about the runner at third. Double play could get him out of the inning. Here's a pitch, and Sanchez takes one outside. Sanchez yesterday, 1 for 5, an RBI. Has a chance to drive in a run. Here comes the 1-0. Curveball chopped. Lopez had the hold up, and the throw to first is high. Now Lopez will score. Eagles on the board. Amlong stops at third, and Sanchez aboard on the error.
Number 33,
A 2-base error puts Sanchez at third, or second rather, Amlong at third. No RBI credited to Sanchez because Lopez did not even attempt to run until the overthrow, but the run is on the board, and it's 2-1 Toccoa. Still 1 out, 2 men in scoring position for Caleb Albritton. Shea winds and delivers. Here's a pitch and a good curveball for a strike. Albritton unavailable for yesterday's ball game. Glad to be back in the lineup today. Chance to drive in a run and possibly put TBC ahead. Swing and a miss, and he chased one well out of the zone. Might have gotten a little too eager, and he's down in the count 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch got him. A curveball that broke in well off the plate, and a huge strikeout picked up by Austin Shea. That's his third, and it leaves it up to David Quevedo to try to tie up the game or put Trinity Baptist ahead. A base hit, especially to the outfield with 2 outs, should score both runs, and there's a whole lot of room in right center. First pitch to Quevedo, taken for a strike. He also unavailable for yesterday's ball game. Back in the lineup today and a chance to do some damage. No balls and a strike. Shea winds and delivers. High drive, slicing away from Tamayo. He will not get there. It's on the ground. Amlong scores. Here comes Sanchez. Quevedo on his way to third. The throw is not in time. That is a 2-run triple for David Quevedo, and Trinity Baptist leads 3-2. All 3 runs are unearned, but they all count, as I always say, and Trinity Baptist has its first lead of this series. Tamayo gave it a good run, but the ball well out of his reach. Here's Fry with a runner at third and 2 outs, and he takes a fastball for a strike. A 1-out bunt, an infield hit, an error, And then the 2-run triple by Quevedo. There was a strikeout in the middle of all that, and now Shea is ahead of Fry, 0-2. Shea working very quickly. Here's the pitch. Got him for strike 3. Fry went out of the zone, and that ends the inning. However, Trinity Baptist scores 3 unearned runs, 3 hits, and takes the lead after 3. It is 3-2 TBC. David Quevedo's 2-run triple has put Trinity Baptist ahead 3-2. Ryan Lopez scored the first run, and then Quevedo brought in Christian Amlong and Carlos Sanchez with his triple. And we go to the top of the 4th, the bottom of the order. Mendoza, Wood, and Driggers will face Jacob Burr, now pitching with the lead. Toronto hosts the Rays, the red-hot Tampa Bay Rays, at 3:10. Blake Snell against Clay Buchholz. Jacob Burr winds, and the 4th inning is underway, and a hot shot towards Rogers. Takes the short hop, and his throw is high. Frey leaps up, makes the catch, and applies the tag, and that is out number 1. I was watching the throw. I'm wondering if Mendoza might have slowed down a little bit. That throw was high, and the big 6'3", 6'4" Austin Lane Fry made the catch and then applied the tag. So a break for Jacob Burr and the TBC Eagles. 1 out, bases empty for DeWitt Wood. He grounded out to the shortstop, his only trip so far, and he chops one towards third. Sanchez, throw to first in time. Well, I'll tell you, that triple by Quevedo pumped up this team. Sanchez charged hard. It was a close play at first, and he put a lot of mustard on his throw. Fry's hand must be sore right now, but that's out number 2. Zach Driggers called out on strikes, leading off the 3rd. Jacob Burr with the windup, 2 outs, bases empty, and he gets strike 1. Colorado at the Giants. Kyle Freeland against Madison Bumgarner. 4 o'clock Eastern time. Burr ahead 0-1. Here is the pitch, and a slap foul into the Eagles bullpen. Pittsburgh at the Nationals. Chris Archer against Anibal Sanchez. Phillies at the Marlins. Eflin against Smith. That's a 6:10 start time. Nighttime action we'll get to in just a bit as time is called. All 5 runs in this game scored in the 3rd inning. 2 by Toccoa, 3 by TBC. No balls, 2 strikes. And Burr winds and delivers. Chopper towards second. Camacho makes the play, and that ends the inning. That ball hit the seam where the grass meets dirt, and Camacho had to refocus on the ball, stayed with it, made the play. Bottom of the 4th coming up. TBC 3, Toccoa 2. Bottom of the fourth, Trinity Baptist 3, Toccoa Falls 2. Want to say hello and give a shout out to Kevin Hall of Toccoa Falls College, athletic director for the Screaming Eagles. As the Trinity Baptist College Eagles come up to bat in the bottom of the fourth, it will be 7, 8, 9, Camacho, Rogers, and Almodovar. Cincinnati will host the Cardinals tonight at 7:10. Adam Wainwright against Tanner Roark. Cleveland is at Kansas City. Rodriguez against Bailey. Shea Wines, and the bottom of the fourth is underway. A good curveball in there for a strike. Camacho taking all the way. Braves host the Mets. Vargas against Newcomb. Here's the 0-1, and another good curve. And again, Camacho looking for a fastball. Didn't want any part of that one. Later tonight, Oakland at Texas. Estrada against Sampson. Here's the 0-2. High pop-up on the curve. This will stay on the infield. Mills charging in and makes the catch, and that's the first out.
Number 11, Mark Rogers.
San Diego is in Phoenix. Strom against Kelly. The Dodgers host the Brewers. Davies against Ferguson. Justin Verlander will pitch against King Felix Hernandez as Houston visits the scorching hot Seattle Mariners, who have homered in every game so far this season. One out for Mark Rogers, and the pitch is strike one on the fastball. Rogers 0 for 1, grounded to the shortstop in the second.
Inside out, let's go.
Swing and a miss. Rogers pulled off that one, and he's down 0-2. Austin Shea wasting no time at all, getting the ball and making his pitches. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. The ball gets away. The throw will go to first in time. Jose Mendoza lost his footing, but he found the ball and was able to make a good, strong throw. So a strikeout and a 2-3 on the final putout. Brings up Jordan Almodovar, who blistered one his last time up, only to have it go pretty much right at Zach Driggers in right field. 2 outs, bases empty, bottom 4. Shea winds and delivers, and a chopper foul down the first baseline, and Coach Carter tried to make the play. Matt Carter, the first base coach. John Copeland doing the honors at third. No balls and a strike. And the pitch from Shea. And a good rip by Almodovar, and he's down 0-2. Don't need a pitch clock on Austin Shea. He gets the ball and gets rid of it quickly. Only the foul balls have slowed him down. Now it's 0-2, and again, Shea winds and delivers. Breaking ball just off the outside corner, and it's 1-2. Shea looks in for the sign, gets one he likes, and here's the 1-2. Struck him out. 2 consecutive in the inning. And a 1-2-3, bottom of the fourth for Trinity Baptist. After 4, TBC leads it 3-2. We have played 4. Trinity Baptist leads 3-2. All 5 runs in this ball game occurred in the 3rd inning. 2 for Toccoa Falls. The 2-run single by Jack Krause. And then David Caveto's 2-run triple got runs 2 and 3 on the board for Trinity Baptist after Brian Lopez scored a little bit earlier in that inning. And Trinity Baptist leads 3-2 as we start the 5th. Clifton Dempsey led off the 3rd with a bunt single and ended up scoring on Krause's base hit. Dempsey 1 out of 2. We saw the speed he has, and that bunt he put down hit the grass and just died, and there was absolutely nothing Trinity could do about it. Here's the first pitch from Burr, swinging, and he fouls this one off right at the plate. So no balls and a strike. Both pitchers working very quickly with the bases empty. Burr will slow things down with runners on. No balls and a strike. And Burr winds and delivers. Fastball that misses up and away, and it evens up the count. One ball, one strike. And the pitch from Burr. Check swing, and home plate ump's not even going to look down the first baseline, so it's 2-1. Hello to Elena Lopez, Nicholas Slusher, Jenny Lee Mulliken. Hello, Jenny Lee. I know which team you're cheering for. Here's a pop-up over near the right side. Fry calling off everybody else and making the catch for out number 1. Elena Lopez cheering on Brian and the TBC Eagles from New York City. Nicholas Slusher, TBC fan as well. Thanks for letting us know you're watching. First of 2 this afternoon. This one's going very quickly. Here's Brandon Tamayo swinging at the first pitch and fouling it off. We've been playing less than an hour, and we already have 1 out in the 5th inning. 2 7-inning ball games and college doubleheaders. No balls and a strike. Burr winds and delivers. And this one is popped up. Almodovar won't get there in time. And Sanchez gave it a chase. Not up high enough for either man to get under it. So a count of 0-2. Once game 1 ends, we will stop this feed, and then usually about half an hour later, the nightcap begins, and we'll start up a brand new feed, so check your screen for live now, and you'll know when game 2 is underway. No word yet on either starting pitcher. No balls, 2 strikes, and here's a pitch from Burr. Struck him out. Burr took something off the straight change and had Tamayo way out in front. It's only the 2nd strikeout for Burr, but except for that 2-run 3rd, he's been very efficient and very good as well. Here's Joey Allen, 0 for 2. Representing the potential tying run, he's the leading home run hitter for Toccoa Falls with 9. First pitch from Burr is low and outside for ball 1. Almodovar looking a lot like Tony Pena of the old St. Louis Cardinals and Pittsburgh Pirates. Here's the 1-0, and a high fly ball will slice out of play. Of course, we old fogies, we know about Tony Pena from his days in Pittsburgh and St. Louis. When nobody on, he liked to sit on the ground, and Almodovar trying to give those knees a little bit of a rest while he has that opportunity. A ball and a strike, and the pitch from Burr is a breaking ball that misses, and it's 2-1. So 2 balls and a strike. Little housekeeping duty by the home plate umpire. Number 3 hitter Joey Allen, followed by Krause and McLean, should Toccoa keep this inning alive. There are 2 outs, bases empty. Here's a 2-1. This one came right back at us, and a good rip by Allen, and it's 2-2. Lopez usually plays very shallow in center. He backs up some with Allen at the plate. This is a very powerful young man. Here comes a 2-2. Allen started to go but held up in time, and Burr did not get the call. Joey Allen, a junior from West Columbia, South Carolina, has a count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch, high pop up, and this one will also get out of play. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit, blowing straight in. Had a little bit of effect on the ball, but it was going out of play with or without the wind. Not all that hard. It's about 6 to 8 miles per hour, but a ball well up in the air could be pushed back in. Another payoff pitch, and ball 4 misses inside, and that is the first walk allowed by Jacob Burr. It comes with 2 outs in the 5th. Jack Krause, the big 2-run single his last time up. He's also reached on an error. Has a runner at first, 2 men out. Krause lined it into right, and that scored both Clifton Dempsey and Brandon Tamayo. Dempsey bunted his way aboard, and Tamayo was hit by a pitch, and all that happened in the 3rd inning. Burr does slow things down with runners on, takes a long look in, not too big of a lead. And first pitch, a breaking ball well outside. Joey Allen doesn't run a whole lot, but he's been very successful, 5 out of 6 this season in stolen base opportunities. Here's the 1-0, and a fastball catches the corner at the knees. I don't think Krause agreed with the call, but it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burr looks in, checks the runner. Again, a modest lead and time called by the batter. Allen represents the potential tying run. He's at first. Not that big of a lead. Doesn't look like he's thinking of taking off. Never know, though. And here comes the 1-1. Instead, to throw to first. And the runner's back in time. Count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Krause digging in. He's made some pretty good contact both times, 1 for 2. Burr checks the runner, takes a long look. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, and Burr is ahead 1-2. Well, he got ahead of Allen, but then Allen worked that walk. Now a count of 1-2 on Krause. Let's see if Burr will break one off on the curveball, trying to get the hitter out in front. Here comes the 1-2. After this long look, the pitch, a fastball swung on and missed. Actually foul tipped, but Almodovar held on, so the throw moot. And Jacob Burr strikes out 2 in the inning, a walk and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Trinity Baptist 3, Toccoa Falls 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th with TBC leading 3-2. Austin Shea has pitched 4 innings, all 3 runs unearned. He's allowed 5 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. He will face the top of the order, Brian Lopez, Kristen Amlong, and Carlos Sanchez. Those were the 3 men who scored in the 3rd inning. Lopez bunted his way aboard, went to second on the overthrow to first, ended up scoring on a batted ball from Carlos Sanchez, and then both Amlong and Sanchez scored on Quevedo's 2-run triple to right center. So Lopez leads off the 5th, and Shea delivers. Lopez showed bunt, but took it for a strike. Even though it's in the zone, if it's not what you're looking for, you don't have to go for the bunt. Here's the 0-1, and this time swinging, and he fouled it off. Jordan Mills charged in just in case Lopez squared around, and now with 2 strikes, all 4 infielders are back deep. Here's the 0-2. Lopez went around too far, and that is strike 3. Strikeout number 6 for Austin Shea, 1 out for Christian Amlong. Very immediate call by the home plate umpire to check, and the first base ump said yes, Lopez went too far. Amlong had a base hit, scored a run in the 3rd. That was that high chopper over the head of the pitcher. And this one is in there for a strike. He scored on the triple from DQ. He has a lot of room down the left field line. Here's the 0-1. High fly ball towards center, but right at Tamayo. And a couple of shuffle steps, and the left-hander makes the catch for out number 2.
Number 24, Carlos Sanchez.
Carlos Sanchez reached on an error and scored in the 3rd. Doubled and was thrown out at 3rd in the 1st. So 1 for 2 with a run scored. And his run put Trinity Baptist ahead. First pitch from Shea, and a check swing, and he fouled it off. Sun once again playing peekaboo in and out of the cloud cover. A little sunnier at the moment. Here's the 0-1, and this fastball misses outside, and now Shea wondering what happened to the strike zone. 1-1. Shea still working very quickly, and the pitch, another well-hit ball towards center, but another one right at Tamayo. Took a step in and backed it up once and made the catch. Sanchez, another hard-hit ball, but out number 3. Eagles go down in order in the 5th. After 5, they lead at 3-2. Between innings, the wind really picked up some steam. It feels great, but that's going to make it really tough on a ball up in the air to the outfield. That will allow the outfielders to come in a little bit as long as this wind keeps on blowing hard. It's been less than 10 miles per hour, but it must be up around 15, maybe the upper half of the teens at the moment. Blowing straight in from center field is making it a little tough on my scorebook, however. Going to have to do my job of holding that thing down. Landon McLean at the plate. He is 2 for 2, a junior from Seneca High School in Seneca, South Carolina. Now the wind calms down right as Berg gets ready to deliver the first pitch, and the 6th inning is underway with a curveball for a strike. Had that big gust, still blowing, but not as hard as we had it between innings. No balls and a strike. Burr winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. A good lively fastball. Jacob Burr has been efficient. I don't have the pitch count number, but I can tell you he's not gone deep very many times. Just 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. And a lot of quick outs. And here comes the 0-2. Foul tip, and that one got a piece of Almodovar. And McLean stays alive. Umpire, as I've said a few times, umpire and a catcher will give each other the courtesy of going out, talking to the pitcher, or doing some kind of other duty to make sure the other's all right. They both wear the equipment. They both take a beating on those foul tips, so they know what the other one feels like. So no balls, 2 strikes. And Burr winds up and delivers. And a fastball, trying to get the hitter to chase outside. And it's 1-2. McLean has singled to center in the second, and then again to left in the third. So he's 2 for 2. Curveball hit into left field, and that took a funny hop over Sanchez, who was poised to make the play. That's a base hit and the 3rd of the game for Landon McLean. Sanchez got the glove right where he thought it should have gone, but then that ball took a funny hop and found its way into the outfield, and McLean is aboard with a leadoff single in the 6th. Tough break for Sanchez, Burr, and the TBC Eagles. That looked like that was going to be an out. So runner at first for Jordan Mills. He's 0 for 2, showing bunt. And the pitch in the dirt. Almodovar came up ready to fire. Made no throw, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. So Sanchez will pull in on the grass, maybe a little closer. Backing up at the moment, not trying to give away what he might be up to. Mills not showing yet. He did on the first pitch. Now he squares around, and here comes Sanchez, a throw to first. And I think Burr was just trying to figure out what Coach Jeff Mulliken had in mind. Mills has twice shown bunt. 1 ball, no strikes. Squares around once again. Burr checks the runner and the pitch. Mills bunts right through it. In fact, he foul tipped it. Almodovar didn't hold on. That's actually a break for Trinity Baptist, because had he held on, McLean had the bag stolen. Foul tip caught is a live ball, and Landon McLean got a great jump. Time called as the umpire clears off the plate. McLean 3 for 3. A couple of base hits into left and 1 into center. Mills again squares around, and the pitch. Jacob Burr totally disgusted with that call. He thought he had a strike, and it looked good from up here. 2 balls and a strike. I have no idea where that one missed. But it's 2-1. And Burr delivers. This time no bunt shown, and the pitch is up high for ball 3. So now with Mills ahead in the count, he looks like he's ready to give it a rip. Three balls, 1 strike. Burr takes a long look at the runner, now delivers. High pop up and out of play, and that fills up the count. Nobody out, but with a full count, let's see what Landon McLean has in mind at first base, if he's going to go on the pitch. Three balls, 2 strikes. Burr again checks the runner, now delivers. Ball 4, and again, Burr does not get the call, and this time he has words for the home plate umpire. And that's going to draw Coach John Shiver out to settle down this young pitcher. Again, I have no idea where that one missed, because that looked good from up here. Well, McLean advances into second. And the second walk charged to Jacob Burr. And when we resume, McLean at second, Mills at first, and Jose Mendoza will be the batter. Jose Mendoza is 0 for 2, and he has 2 men on with nobody out. Action in the TBC bullpen. Can't see who is throwing. And Burr looks in. Again, not happy with that last at-bat. The calls he did not get. There's a bunt down. Sanchez will charge, throw to first, and he throws it away. 1 run is in. We're tied. Here comes Mills around third. He will score, and Toccoa leads 4-3. So that will be an error on the third baseman. No RBIs credited, but both runs score. And Toccoa leads 4-3. And Jacob Burr not getting those calls in the at-bat to Mills turned into the go-ahead run. And you know that is not a happy young man out there on the mound. He did everything he could, and Toccoa now leads. Here's DeWitt Wood, 0 for 2 with a runner at second and nobody out. And the pitch swung on and missed. And there's a courtesy runner for the catcher at second base, trying to see who that gentleman is. Burr gets the outside corner this time, and he's ahead 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Big lead off second, and Burr takes a long look and then steps off the mound. Both those runs will be unearned. Do credit a sac bunt to Mendoza. And again, Burr steps off, and again, I'm trying to see who that gentleman is, a courtesy runner for the catcher. They didn't tell us up here who it is, and a little hard to see the jersey number. Throw to second, and he is out. Mark Rogers snuck in, and Burr got some help on the defensive side that time, and Rogers applies a tag, and there's 1 out now with the bases empty. So now Burr can wind up. He's ahead, no balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch fouled straight back, and the at-bat stays alive. Another 0-2 pitch coming from Jacob Burr. Swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Burr, and it brings up the right fielder Zach Driggers, a number 9 hitter who is 0 for 2. Called out on strikes in the third, grounded to second in the fourth.
Thank you.
2 outs, bases empty, Driggers at the plate. First pitch from Burr is in there for a strike. McLean led off with a good clean single. Mills drew a walk, and Eagles fans and the pitcher very much disagreed with. Both came in to score on an overthrow. And here's the 0-1 that misses inside. So a ball and a strike, 4-3 Toccoa Falls. Both those runs unearned. But as I always say, they count just as much. Long look in by Burr, now ready with the 1-1. Strike 2 called on the inside corner. And now this time Driggers not happy with the home plate umpire. And that man's heard it from both dugouts, both sides of the bleachers, and players on both teams. Here's a 1-2. Struck him out. That's 2 in a row. Burr reached back for something extra on that one. 2 unearned runs, 1 hit, a big error, a walk, and nobody left. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Toccoa Falls leads 4-3. Bottom of the 6th, Albritton, Quevedo, and Fry due up for the Eagles. 2 runs in the 3rd for Toccoa. Trinity Baptist came back with 3 in the bottom half of the 3rd. Toccoa just retook the lead 4-3 with a couple of unearned runs in the 6th. And now Trinity Baptist trying to even up the score or possibly reclaim the lead. Caleb Albritton will lead off. He is 1 for 2, a base hit to left in the 2nd. Last time up, went down on strikes. (4-3) Toccoa leads. Jack Shea against Jacob Burr, and Shea's first pitch of the inning is a beautiful curveball for a strike. Here's the 0-1. And a chopper right at the 3rd baseman, Dempsey. He'll throw to first in time for the out. Clifton Dempsey makes the play. Chopper right at him. Good strong throw on target. And that brings up the left fielder, David Quevedo, who put Trinity Baptist ahead in the 3rd with a 2-run triple to right center. 1 for 2. Reached on an error in the 2nd. And first pitch, fastball. Shea, probably the hardest pitch he's thrown so far today, but it missed outside. Quevedo tried to get time, was not granted, and then the pitch was outside. But he did the right thing, didn't take it for granted. Got ready again, but now he's ahead 2 balls, no strikes. So batters, it's not what you say. You have to get granted timeout from the umpire. 2 balls, no strikes, and the pitch swung on and missed, and Quevedo trying to hit that one a long way. It's 2-1, and Shea delivers. Ground ball into right field. A great piece of hitting by DQ. He shortened up and plugged that hole on the ground on the right side. One pitch before, he tried to go a long way with it. This time he recognized the single. He represents the potential tying run at first. Hit number 6 for TBC, and it brings up Fry, who is 0 for 1. Sack bunt in the 2nd and a strikeout in the 3rd. Quevedo leads off first. Shea delivers from the stretch. A bouncing ball towards 3rd. Dempsey to 2nd for 1. The relay throw in time. 5-4-3 on the first pitch of the at-bat to Fry, and that ends the inning a hit, but the double play erases that man, and we go to the 7th, 4-3 Toccoa. We go to the 7th. Trinity Baptist trails 4-3. Toccoa comes to the plate with the top of the order. Clifton Dempsey, Brandon Tamayo, and Joey Allen. Jacob Burr, 6 innings pitched, 4 runs, but only 2 of those earned. Only 5 hits, and here's the first pitch of the 7th, and this one is fouled off. Burr has walked 2 and struck out 4. Dempsey has a base hit and a run scored. That hit a bunt. He is 1 for 3. The 0-1 from Burr, chopped towards third and underneath Sanchez. And a leadoff hitter is aboard for Toccoa Falls. Sanchez tried to barehand as that ball took a hop toward his right. And that is a leadoff single for Clifton Dempsey.
Number 1, Brandon Tamayo.
So Brandon Tamayo, 0 for 2, hit by a pitch and scored a run in the 3rd. Has a runner at first. Good speed in Dempsey, and he has a big lead. 6 out of 7 in steals. And the first pitch is bunted right back to the box. Burr thought about second and throws to first instead. Sacrifice bunt for Tamayo, puts the runner in scoring position. And there's 1 out.
Number 12, Joey Allen.
Burr took a look, but Dempsey was too close to the bag to try to make that play. So 1 out, runner at second for Joey Allen, the left fielder. He is 0 for 2. Last time up, drew a base on balls. Here's the first pitch, and this one is up high. I believe that leadoff single by Dempsey has been changed to an error on the 3rd baseman. Either way, Dempsey's at second base. Here's a pitch from Burr, a curveball, and again, he does not get the call. Two balls, no strikes. Here's a pitch, swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. Burr in the 7th inning, throwing just as hard as he did in the 1st. Bottom of the order due up for Trinity in the bottom half of the 7th. Here's the 2-1. And another one called the ball. And again, Burr not happy with the call behind the plate. 3 balls and a strike. And this one is fouled off. Three balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second, 1 man out. Dempsey reached on an error, advanced on the sac bunt from Tamayo. Joey Allen at the plate. Burr checks the runner, takes a long look back, And the payoff pitch drilled but foul down the left side. Joey Allen all over that one, got out in front a little bit too much. And everybody returns to position. So 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Come on, Joey.
Allen back in the box. Burr takes a long look in at the sign. Outfield straight away. And here comes the payoff. Ground ball up the middle of the base hit. A runner around third. Dempsey will come to the plate. The throw will be cut off. And it's 5-3 Toccoa Falls.
Hey, Jack. Come on, now. Come on, 6. Get it hit, Jack. Come on.
The run is unearned, but it's now a 3-run lead. Check that, a 2-run lead for Toccoa, 5-3. Joey Allen, the RBI single, he's at first. Jack Krause has a 2-run single earlier in the ball game. He's 1 for 3. He's at the plate. Pitch from Burr, a good curveball for a strike. TBC bullpen busy once again. It looks like might be either Ryan Heller or Ben Van Sickle. No balls and a strike. And the pitch. High foul out of play.
Hey, Jack, battle now. Come on, battle.
2 balls and a strike.
That's it.
Krause back in the box. 1 out, runner at first. Here's the pitch and a looper. Camacho drifts back and makes the catch. So 2 outs. And it brings up Landon McLean, who is 3 for 3.
Come on, bud. Come on.
A base hit up the middle in the second, and then 2 singles in the left. Last time he also ended up scoring one of those go-ahead runs in the 6th. Now time called as a ball gets loose in the left field corner, and David Cavedo throws it back in. And now everybody is ready. 2 outs, runner at first. That's Joey Allen, who drove in a run with a base hit. Burr throws over. Allen was hardly off the bag at all. Again, once this ball game ends, we'll stop the feed and start a new one as the gentlemen come out for game number 2. Here's a swing and a foul back. No balls, 1 strike. Still no word on either starting pitcher for the nightcap. Camacho, Rogers, and Almodovar are the scheduled hitters for Trinity in the bottom of the 7th. And if they can keep it going, the top of the order will follow. Burr steps off. McLean's had a very good day at the plate. Here comes the 0-1. This one low and outside, and it evens the count. One ball, 1 strike. Burr again slowing things down a bit with the runner at first. He does have 2 outs. And here's the pitch. Ground ball off the leg of Burr. He chases it down, throws the first in time, and that happened to the young man in last week's ball game. And he went almost the complete game. This time it happens in the 7th inning. He recovers, gets the out, an unearned run gives Toccoa Falls a 5-3 lead as the Eagles come to bat in the bottom of the 7th. Well, Trinity Baptist got 4 in the bottom of the 9th yesterday, but still came up 1 short. And if they want that kind of a rally again today, they're going to have to do it off the ace of the Toccoa Falls staff. And Austin Shea has been very good through 6 innings of work. All 3 runs he's allowed have been unearned. He has allowed 6 hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Michael Camacho, the number 7 hitter, will lead off. Barring any changes by Coach Copeland, Mark Rogers and Jordan Almodovar will follow. They can get some base runners, then the top of the order will follow, and it looks like we will have our first pinch hitter of the afternoon. Daniel Burnsted will bat for Michael Camacho. Burnsted trying to lead things off here in the bottom half of the 7th and start a possible rally. Eagles need 2 to tie, so they need a couple of base runners. Austin Shea trying to go the distance. Jacob Barr, barring extra innings, has already pitched a complete game. Here's the pitch, and this one is looped down the right field line, but foul. Jacob Barr, 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 5 total. 6 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The 0-1 to Burnsted is a slow roller towards second. Kraus will throw to first in time for out number 1.
Number 6, Will Van Sickle.
Well, barring any comeback by the Eagles, I'm going to name co-players of the game, pitcher Austin Shea and shortstop Landon McLean. And the Toccoa shortstop 3 for 4 with a run scored. Will Van Sickle will bat for Mark Rogers. Base is empty, 1 man out, and he swings and misses at the first pitch. The 0-1 is a curveball in the outside corner, and that's strike 2. Almodovar on deck for Trinity Baptist, and Shea delivers, and Van Sickle makes contact and stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch from Shea, swing and a miss. That is out number 2. Strikeout number 7, and Shea 1 out away from a complete game victory. Almodovar lined out hard to right in the 3rd and went down on strikes in the 4th. He needs to get on to bring the tying run to the plate. Lopez is on deck. Here's the pitch. Line drive. Knocked down by Mills. There'll be a play at first. It is not in time. Almodovar has himself a base hit, and the Eagles are still alive. Mills almost made one terrific play. He got his glove on it. Shea was a tiny bit late getting over to the bag, and Almodovar won that race. Brian Lopez has hit a couple of home runs this year. He represents the potential tying run. And Jordan Broden will come out and run for the catcher, Jordan Almodovar. So good speed at first. Trinity, though, down to its final out. There are 2 away. If Lopez can reach, Kristen Amlong and Carlos Sanchez would follow, assuming Trinity Baptist keeps the inning alive. Shea from the stretch delivers the first pitch, and this one misses low on a curveball. Now, Shea should not pay too much attention to the runner. That is not the tying run at first. That man is in the batter's box. That's the one he wants to focus on. Here's the 1-0. High fly ball down the right field line, slicing out of play, and it's 1-1. Brian Lopez, 1 ball, 1 strike. Drove in 3 yesterday. So far today, 1 for 3 and a run scored. Here's the 1-1 and a good curveball caught the inside corner. Lopez looking fastball. Now it's 1-2. He has to protect the plate. Here's the pitch. Ball misses up high. Snap throw to first, and Broden is back in time.
Go, Jose.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Brian Belo Lopez.
Finish it. Come on.
Shea from the stretch, the 2-2. High pop foul, and the at-bat will continue. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Christian Amlong hoping to get an opportunity. He's on deck. If he gets to the plate, he would represent the potential winning run. Here's Shea with the 2-2. Line drive towards second, and that's going to be caught by Jack Krause, and that is the ball game. Final score, Toccoa Falls 5, Trinity Baptist 3. The last 3 runs scored by Toccoa, all unearned, but they result in a win for the Screaming Eagles, who are now 16-16 on the season. Winning pitcher Austin Shea goes the distance. 3 unearned runs, 6 hits, 7 strikeouts. He shares player of the game honors with Landon McLean, who was 3 for 4 with a run scored. Jacob Burr was very good once again for Trinity Baptist. Only 2 of the 5 runs scored off Burr are earned. Jacob allowed 6 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. So game 1 is in the books. Toccoa Falls has won the series and are looking to sweep, and Trinity Baptist will try to come back with a win in game 2, which should start around 2:10 Eastern Time, give or take a few minutes. We'll stop the live feed now. Look for the live now indicator at about 2:10 Eastern Time, and once the gentlemen take the field, we'll be back with you. So stay with us here on TBC Eagles on YouTube.